He needed DC calls. Alright, who is that? He's just trying to help. He's just trying to help. Are they actually?
Hey guys, again, as everybody's jumping on, if you would mute yourself. I just muted everyone, but we always have some exciting, fun background noise that is sometimes pretty interesting. So if you don't want people to know like what you have going on in the back, what everyone else is saying, that's Ricky. Yes, sir, I'm on the Zoom. What's up, buddy? Hey guys, send any last minute text to anybody. Make sure everybody's jumping on board. We'll be getting started in about 1 or 2 minutes. All right. I'll see you on the call. Bye. How's everybody's day today?
Amazing.
Let's hear about it. Share an amazing story.
Oh my goodness. So running around town like a crack coffee dealer, I guess that's what we are. Bouncing from one promoter's house to a new person's place that they got a nail boutique and all these people coming in drinking coffee and they're coming on board and they said guaranteed we're going to have 1,000 customers by next time this year. So I'm bringing on some people that want to go change the world. Momentum's at an all-time high. I'm fired up. So I don't know. I'm just pumped up about life.
Awesome. So what value are you going to add to the call tonight? Like, I know that you do, and guys, many leaders in the group have their own team calls and different things like that, but we want everyone to have ownership of this call. This isn't my call. It's not Ricky's call. It's not Sean or, Mike or Ian's call or anybody else. It's basically all of our calls, right? Not Robin's call. So if this was your call, what kind of nuggets would you want to share? Because it is your call, by the way.
I mean, for me, it's just, I just want to say how proud I am of my team, first of all, just seeing everybody going into the end of the month, just rallying together, seeing what everybody's really capable of. It really blew my mind. Just focusing on, if there's one big nugget, it's really, if you're a leader and you have a team, it's taking your eyes off of yourself and where you're at and putting them on all the people that you can just help a little bit. And that goes a really long way. And also like really caring about the people you're bringing into this business, because the process here is so simple. Like there doesn't need to be a lot of talk about how to go out and do what we're doing. There's just nothing to really talk about. It's just, if you know people that drink coffee and like being happy, all you gotta do is ask them if they tried the happy coffee. So I guess the bigger picture is like really spend time developing relationships with people and really focus on what they want out of this and just go out and build it. Like the main focus I've had since day one is creating a culture that I know everybody could be appreciated in and everybody could actually have a fair shot in going out to do something special. And I have a whole team of rocking people. Everybody on this Zoom is amazing, but it's like my team, we got people that might just get a couple customers a month, and then we got people getting ready to hit platinum this month. And it's cool because everybody's contributing. Everybody feels a part of it. The one big thing we're doing is really, like Marcy Kavanaugh shared on a few Zooms ago, that really shifted my business, creating the group, creating the prospecting group that we can invite people to. and we're all just like blowing that group up with positivity and results and testimonials and funny Snapchat filter selfies, drinking coffee. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Just creating an environment where people feel special, not just promoters, but customers and prospects. We've really that's what we've been doing. Just really staying consistent. I mean, I see like all my team's faces on here. I can't shout all of them out, but I love what we're doing here. And I love being a part of it, and I feel at home. I never have before. Made me realize that I was never home before. This really is home. So my belief through the roof, where we're going, unbelievable. Where we're at, not even close to where we're going. So put on your seatbelts, because like wherever you're at now is far different than where you're going to be a year from now. And that's where you have to have your mind, is where you're going, not where you are.
So you shared, you said a couple things that are really important. One, you were talking about the person that might just, have one customer or one whatever, and love on everybody equally. We're not looking to only work with the superstars. We're here to help create that environment so where no matter where someone is, that they can move into their power over time. And for every person, it's totally different. You also shared something that was key when you were talking about taking it away from you and what other people's goals were. And I remember we had maybe a week or less or more, I can't remember, left of the month. And I knew that you were very adamant about breaking the next rank. And you were like, I want to break the next rank. And, like, what can I do? And we talked about focus in on everyone else's goals, and then yours will happen. So guys, what Gavin did is he basically broke through and started reaching out to people that, that wanted to hit a rank or whatever. And then a lot of people went out there and did, a little bit. And he just had his best month ever. How much did your volume go up percentage wise, would you say, like month over month? Because I know it was a nice big jump.
This past month, it was just over 20%. We went from like 64 to 81. And it's crazy. I will add this in there, because this is one big thing that we did the last week of the month. I did this in the prospecting group, which, keep in mind, it was just originally my group to keep track of the people I was personally talking to. And then I was like, why don't I just make this a team thing? And included all my distributors, all my customers, all of their people. It's a secret group, but we did a promo in that group and I'm running the promo again this month, and it's crazy how much of a response we're getting. I just offered out, hey, after you get ordered, if you're a new customer in the month of July, I think we ran it from July 22nd through July 31st. And there were 78 total entries of people that actually commented their order number that were new customers. And then we're running it again this month in August. So my whole team, as they're inviting people into this prospecting group, they can tag them in the flyer that I've created that says free dose for all new customers. And like, I would just encourage everybody that's listening, be creative, come up with something that you can incentivize new people to look forward to. Even if it's, hey, even if it's just for you personally, you say to every new person that you're talking to, hey, if you order this month, I'll put you in a drawing for a free t-shirt. I mean, something so simple can go a long way. And I don't believe that we would have hit Black Diamond without having that group and having that little promo. So having something that people can easily plug into to hit their goals as well is very, very important, because everybody on my team felt confident that they could go out and share, with 3 new people in the last week of the month, and everyone got a few customers, and you take that and you have 30 people doing it. That's a lot of volume. It's a lot of new people experiencing the products. So just go make it happen. Just make it happen. Stop thinking about it. Make it happen. That's all you got to do.
Awesome. Good stuff, Gavin. So guys, what you heard is things that multiple people, it's not like Gavin made up this all by himself. He shared, Marcy had shared something with him. And I know that Marcy's doing it, and Tony's doing it, and Jen Marsh is doing it, and Robin Grigsby's doing it. And many different groups are doing it where they're running these little contests and things, and they're giving things away and doing little drawings. And, you know, there's a whole bunch of things that you could do to generate some excitement and bring some fun and love to what it is that we do. So who's going to be next? Who's going to share some love, what you guys are doing, what's working, and what kind of movement you have going? Somebody else.
Hey, Chris.
What's up, Francisco?
How's it going, everybody?
Good.
I hope you're having a fantastic night. I just have my hot chocolate, my traditional night hot chocolate, so I'm super happy. Well, I want to share something with you guys. Something that is very important for each one of us to grow the business is we just have to move from our comfort zone. And comfort zone, in my opinion, is easy. It's if you put your hands like this, you're in the comfort zone. But what happens if I ask you to go and reach the ceiling a little, the highest that you can? The majority of the times you're gonna have to do this and incline yourself a little bit. That's what we need to do. I've been building this business, and I'm gonna tell you, my team has a language barrier. Of course, we speak Spanish. Not 100% of my team is Latino because I'm just been in the United States for 7 years. So we come from different cultures in the Latino market. So everybody knows we don't have any tools in Spanish. So it's only three flyers that we have in Spanish. And I completely, I'm grateful for the people that create those 2 flyers and the other ones because have helped us. So what moved me from the comfort zone? I said, well, I don't have the Dose video in Spanish. I don't have the coffee video in Spanish. I don't have the Lepreneur video in Spanish. So what I have to do? I translated myself and talk myself in a 3-way call. Or help the people whatever I can. It's just I move myself from the comfort zone. Move yourself from the comfort zone, and that's gonna make you be more creative because we cannot wait until everything is perfect. We just have to move and make that everything is perfect for each one of our teams. Because when you move and make your team become in what we call movement, we create momentum no matter what is happening wrong. So your mind is gonna be out of any issues, products not arriving on time, or for example, I make a purchase and there's one product missing. Forget about that. Let's concentrate in moving ourselves from the comfort zone. And let's just run. And what I'm doing is forming. Talk with everybody. Everybody that you have at 3 feet of yourself, smile to them, say hi, get to know them, and then start your form, family, occupation, creation, money-wise. Start making questions. Let's start discovering what people want and what people need. And what I love about what is happening with Elevacity and Elepreneurs is that I love this, that I decided to go organically. No, what I said, I want to build a brand new team when I started 2 months ago. I could have go reach out all the people that have been working with me in 20-something years. No, I went to create a new testimonial. I went to create a new product of the product testimonial, almost 40 pounds in 2 months, showing that to new people, bringing new people to the table that have never worked with, and teaching the beginnings of this and create a new culture. Because sometimes that's what you need. You need to move from your comfort zone so you can make stuff happening, and what is not perfect, you can build it into a perfect way. So, and let's focus on the dreams of everybody else. Forget about you, forget about, it's like Gavin, as soon as he stopped forgetting about him and concentrate in the ranks of your people, you're gonna become your rank. So what do you need for platinum? So help a couple of people reach silver, help a couple of more people reach bronze, and platinum is gonna be there. You want to become a diamond? It's just math. It's just simple math. Help people to reach platinum, gold, silver, and bronze, and you will be a new diamond. And think about this. This is the mindset that you have to do. Diamond by design, ambassador by design. Everything is created by your design. It's not created by luck. It's your design. So I put in my mind, my perspective, I said to Ricky this morning, diamond by design. And he told me, when? And I said, maybe in November. And I said, no, we can do this in October. Dream bigger. And I said, okay, let's do diamond by October and Royal Black Diamond by convention. What do you think? I said, okay, let's do this. Design in your mind. God create us in an environment of you can become a creator of your own environment, on your own area right here. So focus on the positive energy because God is good all the time. He's good all the time. So the thing is, in his goodness, he gives you the ability to create. In his goodness, he gives you the power to build riches. That's what the good book says. He gives us the power to build riches. So you want to become rich in this company? Focus in the richness of your team, and you're going to be rich. So that's all that I got. I could have a little bit more, but I just want to pass the mic.
Awesome. Appreciate you so much, Francisco. Always great words of wisdom. So, guys, I was talking to Ian a little bit earlier, and I want to have him kind of talk. And some of the things that we talked about are similar to what Francisco just said about focusing on what it is that you want versus the addiction that people have of challenges, right? It was funny. I talked to Micah about this the other day too, and people are amazing, right? People become addicted to feelings. So what happens is, and I'll just use faith for example, people could become addicted to having faith. So what they'll do is they will sabotage themselves so where they don't create success, because if they create success, then they won't have to have faith that everything is going to get better down the road. And it's crazy how people will become addicted to certain feelings, and they will do things over and over and over, or focus on things that allow them to produce those chemicals in their brain. So when we have certain feelings, our body produces certain chemicals, right? And that's one of the things our coffee does. Bounces out those hormones, causes the brain to release these chemicals, which are the happy chemicals, which also help people get over some of the other challenges that they might have out there. So earlier I was talking to Ian, and he was sharing, some things that he had heard Tony Robbins say. So Ian, are you out there, brother?
What's going on, Chris? How are you tonight?
I am wonderful. Share some of the things that we talked about a little bit earlier.
Okay. So I can't remember yesterday, maybe the day before, I have a thing set up on my email where I automatically get some of these motivational type things straight to my email from YouTube. And I clicked on it, and it was Tony Robbins. And it was Tony Robbins. And one of the things he was talking about was the biggest addiction problem that we have in the world. And so I'm sitting there thinking to myself, it's the opioid crisis, or it's crack, or it's cocaine, or it's whatever it is. And he said, whatever you're thinking is wrong, because the biggest addiction problem we have is problems. Like, people are addicted to problems. Problems cause drama. Problems cause a reason for us to get to complain and gripe and carry on and all that kind of stuff. And guys, being involved in a new startup company, like, we have had plenty of opportunity to have those kind of issues to be upset about, to let it affect our state, to have upset customers to have to deal with. I know for myself and Chris, and look, we're not sitting around patting ourselves on the head or the back, because we're not the only ones but there's quite a few of us that have spent months playing customer service to help out our customer service, who was not prepared for the growth that will happen to this company. And so we could sit around and gripe and complain and carry on about it. Or what we can do is do our best to support this company during this time while we're growing this fast, while support is actually getting on their feet, while they're digging out of the big pile of issues that they've had to face. And just kind of compartmentalize that stuff and not let it affect our positive state. Like, I'm doing everything I possibly can on a daily basis to try to, I'm putting positive information into my brain. I'm surrounding myself with some positive people in this business. Chris Schwade is one of them. We talk just about, nearly every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. And anytime I find myself kind of veering off and going into that negative mindset kind of place, I know it's time for me to get on the phone with Chris, and he's got 20 years of experience that kind of gets me back on the right track and gets my thinking back right. I need that in my life, and I appreciate that. And so one of the things that I just want to talk about with everybody on here tonight that's really considering or thinking that you're doing this as a business, the main thing that I believe I can share with you is to stop deceiving yourself. And I don't say that in an ugly way or a mean way, but my own personal self. Like, I have found myself, busy being busy. Does that make sense? Like, I am, busy being busy, but the busyness that I'm doing, the stuff that I find myself totally consumed with, and it's real easy to do that with customer service problems and dealing with all this stuff, that I also find myself not building my business, not going out and talking to new people to share the products with, because that is what actually builds the business, is getting this product to new people, finding more new people to talk to. Okay. So I can sit around and deceive myself that I'm building this business because I'm doing all this activity that's keeping me busy, but I'm not sharing the product with new people. I'm not having those conversations. I'm not getting samples to new people. And so I took it upon myself during the past couple of weeks. Me and Betsy went on a vacation, went to Italy, did some stuff for her. I still worked my business while I was over there. But when you want to talk about taking action, getting samples to people, like this right here, this is taking massive action and getting a lot of samples to a lot of people, and then following up with all of those people about their experience. And the ones that go, not for me, didn't like the tape, whatever, thank you for trying, appreciate, and moving on, not letting any negative experience affect my state, and keeping going. Literally in the 2 weeks after getting back from Italy, I've went through 5 boxes of shareables, 5, getting samples to people. Okay. That's not sitting around waiting for somebody else to do this. This is not, hoping that my team goes out and does something to build this business. This is getting into straight phase 1 activity of getting the product and getting the message out to more people, and finding the ones that light up, finding the ones that go, oh my God, this is fantastic the way it did for me. The ones that don't, I just move along. Okay. So I've got myself in that mindset, and it's because of Chris, it's because of Ricky Durant, it's because of, other people on our team that we see going through a lot more difficult challenges that we're having, trying to launch other countries and things of that nature, that I've decided that it really doesn't matter what's going on. What matters is I have to keep sharing this with more people. And so that's kind of what the focus that I'm putting on. I've had to stop deceiving myself that busyness is actually really productive. I've really focusing on doing some productive things that builds the business. So with that being said, Chris, thank you to everybody on this amazing team. It's all of us pulling together, doing this together as a group, that is really taking this thing to the next level. Stephanie, I see that you're on here. I'm feeling what you're going through right now. and I love you, and I just really, really, really want you to take care of yourself, because if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody else. And I love you. So I'll shut up with that.
It's funny. I grabbed this off of a stack of. I have here. I'll show you. I have all of those. I don't know if y'all could see that here. Let me see if I can get where I can see myself. So if you see that stack of all of these books, you can't really see.
Yeah,
This is all notebooks, right? Of just training after training after training after training after training after training that I had been to, years and years of notebooks, and I have a whole lot more. I pulled these out whenever we were going to have our Sensational Saturday, and I was like, what in the world, do we talk about? And it's funny that I grabbed this notebook off the top, and on here, one of the things of the notes that I had from years ago was the law of association, talking about you are the combined average of the 5 people you hang out with most. And it's talking about what Ian just talked about. Then it says living outside of your comfort zone was number 4 on this list of things, which Francisco just sat there and talked about. Number 3 on that list was successful people do what unsuccessful people aren't willing to do, right? It also says the books you don't read can't help you. Basically, success is a journey, not a destination. Treat this like a business, but most people have never run a business. So if you've never run a business, treat it like a job, to where you would get fired if you didn't go out and do what it takes to create success. It also says that your why has got to be big enough. And then basically, ask yourself the question, why are you doing this? And it's just some notes that I wrote down years and years and years ago. I shared this last week. It happens to be on these notes. Your attitudes / beliefs, right? Or your beliefs / philosophy create your attitudes / behaviors, which is also habits, right? Your habits create your actions. Your actions are going to create your results. Results are going to create your lifestyle. So, guys, we are in the personal development business with a compensation plan. That happens to be in the notes. But you're hearing person after person when they jump on here, they're always talking about working on themselves. There was also this thing right here, which shows simple errors in judgment versus simple disciplines. And this is kind of like a time chart, right? If you go out and do 2 exposures tomorrow, you don't notice the difference the next day. You don't notice the difference the day after. You don't notice the difference a month from now necessarily. But if you're 2 a day, every single day, every single day, every single day, every single day, in the next year, your life is going to be totally different. See, our life is a combined average of our simple disciplines or our simple errors in judgment. And it's just like eating crap food, right? Like, you don't die tomorrow if you eat cake tomorrow, right? Or if you eat cake today. But if you're eating nothing but cake every single day, I can promise you in a year, you're going to notice a difference. And that's like everything in our life. Like, it's not just that doing the thing one time. It's the every day, every day, every day, every day. Either simple, let's just say if you did just 10. What if you did 10 push-ups, 10 squats, and 10 sit-ups every single day versus not doing it? Can we agree that tomorrow you won't notice a difference? But maybe even 3 months from now, 4 months from now, 5 months from now, you haven't been doing anything, but now you're just doing 10. Guys, if you did 10 push-ups, 10 squats, and 10 sit-ups, over the next few months, you will start to notice something change if you have never done that before. You're going to notice the change. And I'm saying just 10 because that 10 is something everyone can do. It's just like, absolutely, Amy probably read The Compound Effect. Did you read Olson's or now Darren Hardy? They both talk a lot about the compound effect. Simple errors in judgment versus simple disciplines. Amy just shared, Amy Turk. So, guys, if you just improve 1% each month, you know, your life will change. If you just go 1%, 1%, 1%, what if you change that to every day? So, guys, this is just about us going out there and doing a little bit every single day, right? What if you just read 10 pages of a good book or listen to, you know, 15, 20 minutes of personal development every day? Just doing that little simple discipline, right? Emerson said, do the thing and you'll have the power. You know, if you just go out there and do the thing, you will have the power. And many of us might not even know what we're doing. And you know, Gavin started off sharing, like, just do it. Just do it. And a lot of people want to figure out exactly, what do I do? How do I do it right? How do I make sure that I'm doing it? I mean, guys, it really doesn't matter. If you just do it over and over and over again, can we all agree that whatever you're good at now, it didn't come from doing it one time? You know, yesterday when we were out on the boat, a friend of ours, she was basically going to wake surf. She likes to wakeboard. And I'm like, well, wake surf, because we're not set up for the wakeboard right now. So just wait. Well, I'm not good at that. I'm like, well, guess what? If you don't jump in the water, you'll never be good at it. The bottom line is if you don't try something and you don't do it, you'll never get good at it. The way that you get good at things is through repetition, doing it over and over and over and over and over. Like when Gavin was in town and I was surfing and all that, like I was doing a certain, you know, I was surfing to a certain level, right? Then when Ricky came over, my level had changed because it was over time and I've been doing it a whole bunch. Yesterday I rode and it was like every 360 I tried, I landed. It wasn't like it was crazy. It was just like, you know, one day I'm not landing any of them. The last week, every time I've gone, it's like, boom, I'm knocking out most of them. But it's something that when I first started to do it, I fell. And the crazy thing is, I mean, it's surfing, but it's like I'm falling over and over and over. And it's aggravating because if I jump on a wakeboard, I don't fall as much, right? But the only way to get good at something that you're not good at is to do it over and over and over again. With that, and not to go off on a tangent, but guys, when we're teaching people how to surf, we're telling them to focus on where they want to go, which is down the wave. Most people are focused on where they're stuck. Most people are focused on where they are versus where they want to go. So what happens is I watch people, and it's so funny, you will watch people, and they look down at the water, down at the board while they're trying to surf, and guess what happens? They fall because they're looking at where they are. They're not looking at where they want to go, which is down the wave. They're looking down, thinking that that's going to help them surf better. But no, when you focus on where you are, you stay stuck where you are. But when you focus on where you want to go, so I have to tell people, look across the boat. Look at the opposite side of the boat. And what will happen is as they start to focus, their shoulder starts to turn in. When their shoulder starts to turn in, they start to shoot down the wave. And all of a sudden, magically, they're surfing way better. And it's the craziest thing. But it's like wherever you focus, where your focus goes, your energy flows. And it's like that on the surfboard. When you focus down the wave, you're going to go down the wave. When you focus down, when you focus where you are, boom, you fall. It's almost a given every single time. So I'm going to open it back up to anybody else that wants to share any kind of goods with us tonight. I know Ricky probably has some things, and then there's a couple of updates we'll give you as well.
Chris, I got something real quick, if it's okay. Uh-oh. Chris?
Go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm not going to hit y'all with as much philosophical stuff as Chris just did, because he just absolutely freaking crushed it. But I wanted to share something that my team and I just started today, and maybe you know, I'm a little bit more hard-headed than most, I guess. I'll hear people that are having success, and a lot of the times in my own head, I'm like, well, what I'm doing is already working, so I'm going to keep doing that. But that being said, I took like a 6 or 7 week break, guys, because I had some stuff going on.
You're muted, dude.
Sorry about that. Whenever I came back, I have an absolute rock star on my team, Gavin Teague, that has kind of, I won't say stuck, but he's been hovering at the diamond level for, I don't know, 3 months, something like that. And then all of a sudden he freaking crushed Black Diamond last month. And so I just reached out to him and I said, hey, buddy, what did you do? And he shared some knowledge with me that truly helped. And then as he was sharing it, I was like, Hart, people have been talking about this for months. It just took me a while kind of to jump on board with doing it. So I said, Gavin, what did you do, buddy? And he said, dude, we created a group that is for potential prospects, people that are already sampling or current customers. And he was like, here's all we did, man. You know, we created this group, we shared testimonies, and we shared, you know, product knowledge and just, you know, some motivational stuff. And we started the group with 200 people. And inside of 2 weeks, we were over 1,700. And he was like, you know, we threw a promo out in there. And dude, we just launched from Diamond to Black Diamond. And to be honest, I don't know that it would have got done without the group. And I went, Hart, I've heard Jennifer Marsh talk about that stuff. Hart, I've heard Amy Smith talk about that stuff. Hart, I've heard Robin talk about that stuff. Like, I've heard other leaders talk about creating their own group. And don't get me wrong, guys, we already have groups that are absolutely amazing. We have the Team Rise Ellepreneur and the Team Rise customer page, and those are fantastic. But having a group for your team where it can be just a little more intimate because it's you and your peeps, and you know that it's not just generalized stuff you're putting out, but personal stuff for them, can fan the flame and absolutely help some growth. So I said, Gavin, what's kind of some of the stuff you're doing in your group? He told me, and anyways, here's the story that I wanted to share. Me and 4 people on my team started a group this morning, and that's me included. There was a total of 4 of us when we started. 9 hours later, which is how long it's been, our team is now, or our group has 140 people in it, okay? And what's happened is I've registered 1 personal, I've registered 1 new customer, a lady on my team named Cheryl has registered 1 new customer and set up a 3-way phone call, which I did, that this person wants to now sign, and her daughter has tried it and is excited too, and she's signing. After this meeting, I'm registering another personal that has a personal getting underneath them. And the only thing we did is created this silly little group, put some education about the product, did a little pinned video to let people know what this group is for, shared a few testimonials in there, and all of these people that have already sampled the product that weren't ready to become customers are now becoming customers. Some of these people that were already customers but not ready to make the next decision to become a promoter are now becoming promoters. And now we have 6 or 7 registrations today happening, and we only changed, right, the whole Facebook curiosity post. We only changed one thing. What did we change? We created a group and we started putting some excitement in there. And again, this isn't like new revelational knowledge. Gavin has been hearing this stuff for months. He implemented it 2 to 3 weeks ago, and his business went from Diamond to Black Diamond. Jennifer Marsh, Robin, Amy Smith, too many others to name that have already blown through Diamond and past the ranks, have talked about creating an environment like this too. So I finally decided to say, want to know what? What do I got to lose? I'll give it a shot. And guys, the momentum that has started in 9 hours has absolutely blown my mind. And I'll tell you like a friend, I'm excited to see what happens this month, but what I'm really excited to see is what happens next month once this is actually truly caught and the ball gets rolling. So if any of y'all have been hearing about starting your own group and you have some hesitancy, try it. Is all I'll say, you know, and that's not like the secret to the business or anything like that. I just know that I came back from a sabbatical and I needed to get re-engaged, and my people needed to get re-engaged, and it's helped us re-engage in a big way. So hopefully that helps somebody. Thank you.
Appreciate it, brother.
Hey, Chris, can I add go ahead. I talk all the time on these things. I just wanted to add something I think is kind of important. Um, when you think back to when I got started here back in January, I remember you and Ricky were like, Gavin, this is where you have to be by March 1st. I don't know if you remember these conversations. You probably do. But I was sitting there January 16th, which was the day I said, okay, I'm doing this. And you said by March 1st, you got to be doing 20,000. And my brain couldn't wrap around that. Like it didn't know how it was going to happen. I knew that my heart was there to do it. And I believed that I was going to attract the right people. And I just want to share that with everybody because truly, like, you hear these things on Zooms and you hear the same repetition stuff and it sounds redundant. It's like, oh, I've heard that before. But all we really hear is just more thought out versions of every little thing. I mean, at the end of the day, all Chris and Ricky and Vincent and the people that I've been here with, they told me to do is connect with them on the phone. Put 2 people on the phone every single day. And it sounds so dumb, but that's all that I did. It's all that I did. And if you get into this and you complicate it and you overthink it, then it just becomes this cycle and you can't figure it out. But if you just dumb it down and just believe, like really believe, don't just say, oh, I want to be a platinum or I've never got a rank and I'm going to be a platinum. Like really believe that you're deserving of it and be willing to help other people get where they want. And I promise you, the only thing I've done is I've believed because Chris, during all the challenges and times where I could have been griping and complaining about hundreds of orders. One of my biggest teams is a Canadian team. I had all the room in the world to just put my head down and be like, oh, this sucks. But the only thing I assured my team is everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. And we just pushed all negativity aside and believed. And belief, it sounds so silly, but it really is everything here. Whatever you believe can be, will be. So don't just say numbers. Not that numbers is what even matters, but don't just say something if you don't believe it. You have to believe it, and it will happen. Like, it will happen. And I just want to thank Chris and Ricky and Vincent and all of you, really, because I just believe in a way that I've never believed before. And I'm thinking about 6 months from now, my head's spinning because I'm going, okay, time to reevaluate, time to anchor back to what's next and just rerun this thing just like we have for the past 6 months. So just wanted to share, just believe, get really in tune with what you want to happen, really specific, and it will happen.
Awesome.
Simple.
Hey, I know that we have some people that are working on the Canadian, just making sure that everything is going. I know that Shane and Carol both are communicating with Larry and Amber. Do you guys have any updates for Canada right now or where we stand with, or any news whatsoever in case y'all want to share?
Hey, Chris, it's Carol. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, just a very quick share. I was in touch with Larry today, and if anybody has any orders out there that they've been overcharged for shipping, or they have been charged for brokerage fees, I'm finalized. I've already sent him in all the information that was sent to me. If you guys did not hear a text back from me or a response to an email that you sent me or a Facebook Messenger, please resend it and just make sure if I didn't get back to you saying, yep, got it, recorded it, it may have been missed somehow because I've just been dealing with so many of them. So Larry has because I said to Larry, do you want me to just pass people off to you or do you want me to finalize this thing? He's meeting with UPS tomorrow with respect to brokerage fees. So if you guys can get everything into me, if you are sitting with some stuff, just PM me. I'll repost it on our Team Rise Ellepreneur. The information I want, please no screenshots whatsoever. They're not useful because I really do have to copy and paste into an Excel spreadsheet. So if you can just let your Canadians know if they've said, oh my gosh, I've been charged or I've got brokerage fees. Obviously the tax isn't going to be reimbursed, but the brokerage fees and the tax on the brokerage fees will be reimbursed. And if Canadians were erroneously charged $24.95 to ship a thing of coffee or whatever, that will be also corrected. So the company is going to issue checks. So it doesn't matter if you've paid by credit card. That's not going to be the issuance. It will be checks. And realistically, I'd probably just tell people, your customers and other promoters, maybe give it a couple of weeks. I know that it's a super important thing that they're doing, and they're getting on top of it right away. But the reconciliation with UPS is tomorrow, and then they're going to be reconciling the $24.95 overcharges in shipping as well. So that's all I have.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Okay. I'll repost that too.
Perfect. So anybody else have anything they want to share? No, we have a lot of leaders on the call, and since it's your call, might as well hear from you.
Hey, Chris. Chris?
Yes?
Can I just add one more thing with respect to Canada, because you were asking for an update. Hemplavate is not available in Canada, as everybody knows right now, but everything has been filed with Health Canada, and they are expecting a response back any day now. So, best case scenario, we're not going to have product until September anyway, just because the initial tranche that's gone out, the 20,000 units that are available are out there for the US right now, and probably will sell out pretty quickly. But for Canada, who knows? We may get it in September. So just hold tight, and they're going to communicate that as soon as they know it. But all of the communications they've had from Health Canada, everything looks super positive. That it should be, they should be getting approval and an NPN shortly.
Awesome. By the way, guys, you all just totally rocked it out the first day of the month when we launched the Hemplavate. As a team, you guys did over $100,000 the first day. So one, I want to have all of you all pat yourselves on the back for totally rocking it out. Good stuff. 100,000 in sales in one day. Launch a new product for a team is some good stuff. Ricky, out there, brother.
Yes, I'm here. Chris, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Is there any updates or anything that you wanted to give?
No, I just wanted to hop on, Chris, and kind of, we have some new people on the Zoom tonight, and kind of go over the why and how this whole conversation started. If you could share that with the new people on the Zoom today, that would be pretty helpful. That way everybody understands our culture. And whenever we started talking about how we were going to change the industry, taking Robert LeBlanc's vision and what we've all created as a group and a team here and what has happened. And now everybody's looking at us, every other company out there is looking at us going, okay, these guys aren't going anywhere. So if you could cover on that a little bit, that would be awesome.
Perfect. So, man, it's pretty surreal just what we experienced. And before I share this part, I'll say this one last little update. Talked to Mark, and he said that Robert they've been basically really going through customer service to find out what are the things that people are calling about most. And just to let you guys know that more people are calling about not knowing that they were on SmartShip than anything else, which tells us that as a company, we need to do a better job at explaining the discount. Where if you want the discounted rate, instead of paying retail, that you're setting up a SmartShip so where they're not having a surprise later on, where they understand that is a recurring charge. So that is the number one thing that they're getting calls about. The other thing there is that they're going to have it to where they're going to have customer service reps that their only job is going to be to do the live chat. And we're going to take it to where customers are only going to be using the live chat. And why are they doing that? Because the numbers show that they can help 5 to 1 versus the phone calls. If they get people on the phone, they will help one person to 5 people, where they can, in chat, they can help 5 people to that one. So the customers are going to be going to chat, which means that the phones are going to be opened up more for promoters to be able to call to get, whatever situation's handled. So it's going to take the pressure off there. The new phone systems are in, and they hired another 7 people that started today. Just to let you guys know. That is one of the updates. Ricky and myself, part of the Fab 90 group, is having we're going up to the home office this week to go meet with them and just game plan like the direction of where we're going to be going. So that's going to be exciting. That it is, the Fab 90 group that is available for us to be able to go over there and meet with Robert and Keith Hall and get the things that we really want to push and what's important going. But guys, Ricky wanted me to share, when we met with Robert, he shared a vision of creating that place that was free of the games, free of if you've been a leader in the industry and you've made a 6-figure income in this industry, you start to see that, sometimes there's an unfair advantage where special deals or this or that and manipulation of the comp plan to many other things that we've experienced being in that arena. And what I want to share is that our awareness is only open to seeing what our filter allows it based on our belief system, right? Your filter will not let things in that aren't in alignment with your belief system. For instance, if anybody's ever bought a new car, when you start to look at that, Francisco, you're killing me. When you start to look at a certain vehicle, all of a sudden, it's almost like the plant opened up the doors and a million of that car are all of a sudden on the road and you're seeing them everywhere. Well, the reality of things is that car was always on the road. Whatever car you're looking to buy, right? So whether it's a BMW, whether it's a Ford truck or this or that, whatever, your awareness, your filtered out that car until you decided you wanted that car. And then now all of a sudden your awareness is open to where you can see that. So guys, we have the ability to, one, tweak our filter and start to have an awareness to be able to see more things, right? So with that being said, our filter, and let's just say Ricky and myself and another group of people that were leaders in the industry, were not happy where we were based on what we were seeing. We were seeing, Carol was one of those people. Robin Griggs was one of those people. Ian, Marcy. There was a group of us that were all feeling a certain way, but we weren't necessarily talking about it. Because in some cultures of companies, it's very looked down on if you don't just go with the program. And that you basically, Gavin's saying he was feeling the same way, right? And what I'm talking about is when you just feel like something's not right, it's basically, you just know things aren't right? So I've been in the industry for now 20 years. And I know certain things make a company move forward and certain things make a company not move forward. And what I was experiencing is not feeling right. Amy Turk said, trust your gut. And that's absolutely 100% true, where my gut was telling me that something was wrong. So Ricky and I started talking about this, and we started to realize that we were not happy, either one of us. At first, we saw each other, and we never really talked about certain things. And we started questioning each other and recognized that things were wrong, and we started to talk about those challenges. With that being said, I had an incredible relationship with Mark and Judy. And anybody that knows Mark and Judy know that the way that they lead is with their heart and through passion. So with that, guys, we started come to find out Ricky's talking to Judy. I'm talking to Mark. We're both looking at the same thing. We go and we look. We go talk to Robert. We both meet Robert, and we realized, both of us, that this is where we're supposed to be. We decided to partner up, and when we did, we're talking about a company that had $5,000 in sales a month. Like, it was a nobody, nothing company, right? So we start talking about the feeling, because people buy emotionally, people do things emotionally, people act emotionally. In fact, if you've watched Robert Oblon's, desire training, he goes into the 5 senses, touch, smell, taste, all that stuff, sight, and then says the 6th sense is your emotions, that feeling, right? And basically, we talked about, what does that look like? What does it feel like? What environment do we want to create that people are going to feel that love? They're going to feel that connection. They're going to feel growth. And what we did is we modeled our system as a team, and it was in alignment with the company's philosophies around the 6 basic human needs, right? What have to do with certainty, uncertainty, growth, contribution, love, and connection. And basically, we create the systems around those things. And one of those things is a welcome call, where we help people get connected with, basically really get connected with what it is that they want, and what do they desire, and what does that look like, and what does it feel like. And guys, we started resonating, and as we were talking about this on what we wanted it to look like, I remember we had a conversation with Robin Grisby, and when we were sharing our vision on what we wanted to create, she bought in, hook, line, sinker, was like, that's exactly what I've been looking for, exactly the same way I was feeling. And Ian, the same exact thing. And then Marcy came on board, same exact thing. And then I remember, because these are some of the first people that were pulling the trigger to join us, right? These were the core group of people that all said, you know what, we feel like this too. And we totally resonate like this. And it was like magnets. And I don't know if you remember in school, when one magnet, and you take another magnet and attach it to that, and another magnet, and the magnet gets stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And, you hear us talk about the law of vibration, or the secret, whatever you want to call it. Guys, the old book, the Bible talks about it. Any book on success talks about your focus, talks about visualization, because, guys, what it really does is create a vibration. It creates a energy. And people bought into the energy that we were talking about. And this is what I can share with you. There is no way in hell we could have done what we did, not only grow to the level that we did, but not totally fall apart when we had all the challenges that we had, if it wasn't to that culture that we created. It was that energy that we started in that very beginning, in the culture that we created, that created all these incredible relationships of trust. Because, guys, you can only build to the level of trust that you have. You can only build to the speed of trust. And, guys, we had this energy and this synergy that we had created that has kept this freaking crazy thing together, going through all the challenges that we've gone through. And that is the bottom line. Did we have an amazing product? Yes. Do we have products that basically give people those instant results? Yes. But, guys, there's a lot of companies with great products. But what those companies don't have is the freaking culture that you guys created. The energy that you all collectively as a team created. And that's not something you can just basically make up. It's not something that is hyped. It's not something that is a bunch of buzz or whatever. What this was real. And people were resonating on this level, and people bought into that vision and that mission of creating that environment. And I want to commend every one of you all for doing that, because you guys created that. It wasn't just, yes, Ricky and I started the talk about it, but the thing is that it wasn't us that totally created. It was another leader, another leader, another leader. And guys, what is a leader? It's somebody that takes the step and starts to move before other people do. So when we say leaders, and guys, you can give the definition of leader and all that, and you're going to come up with all kinds of things that people are going to say leaders are. But you know what leaders are? Not only do they lead by example, but it's the way that they make their people feel. And guys, we have a group of people that are extremely good at making people feel like they're capable of doing more than what they believe was possible. And guys, the thing what a leader does is a leader believes in their people before those people even believe in themselves. And that's the environment that we created. It's that culture that has created multiple dozens of 5-figure monthly earners in this group, because we put out that energy and shared that and believed in people before they believed in themselves, and shared that energy with them. And those people bought in and they started to believe it. And then they helped other people create their why and their vision and their dream boards and all that. And guys, that's how this whole big mess of creating the fastest growing company in the weirdest freaking times ever. Guys, we grew this thing in November and December, and the company was like, no company grows in November and December. What are you freaks doing? And we took a company literally from $5,000 a month. Our team alone did in the first 30 days 150 grand. The second 30 days 327. The next 30 days 502nd. The next month $1 million in volume, guys. That is freaking crazy. So with that being said, you are the people that did that. It wasn't us. It was collectively. But what it is loving on that person like Gavin shared. If somebody's just that one customer person, guys, the key to creating massive success, and we'll close it out with this, is to get a large group of people to do a few simple things. A few simple little things over a repeated period of time. And guys, you guys have hit the ball out of the park and have totally made that happen. And even after we're just coming out of the whole debacle of changing over our credit card processing, our back office, our websites, and everything, and having everything screwed up, everything. We freaking closed out last month, biggest month ever, and grew exponentially. Started this month with $100,000 the first day in new sales. Guys, that is just ridiculous. You guys are incredible. I absolutely love you all. I'm so proud of you. I'm fired up and inspired by the action that you've taken as a team, and I cannot wait to see what happens this month. This is your month. This is your time to make a statement for yourself and for your family. Go out there and decide that this is your month, and let's go out there and do what Gavin said, and let's just go freaking do it. Do the thing and you'll have the power. Love you guys. Everybody have an awesome night. Take care.
Dude, I am fired up. Is anyone else even fired up? Like,
Eso es, mi gente.
Nice. No, it really did do that, and like I wouldn't believe. I believe it.
All right, guys, let's
Just
in the way you were acting,
Let's keep going.
being there in that manner.